Yes, so today we are going to start a new topic, that is the placenta. The placenta is a feto-maternal organ. It's a organ that is related to the fetus as well as to the mother. So it has got two components. One is the fetal component that dwell from the chorionic frondosome, okay, and the maternal part that is derived from decidua. What is decidua? The uterine endometrium, the endometrial layer of the uterus. When there is implantation of the morula, after implantation of blastocyst, the uterine endometrium is known as decidua. So on maternal side, decidua is the component of placenta, and on fetal side, chorionic. We will study how the chorion is formed. Chorionic frondosome is the component. So placenta has got two components. The placenta is attached to the umbilical cord. Umbilical cord is a structure which contain the artery and the vein. This umbilical cord is meant for transport. Okay, it's a transport system between the mother and the fetus. So from the mother, nutrition, the nutrient, the oxygen, all passes through the umbilical cord. So that is the two parts. So when you see the maternal surface of placenta, in this you can make out, and this is the umbilical cord. This is the umbilical cord. The maternal surface is irregular and divided into cotyledons. These are the cotyledons. So it is irregular, it is convex, but when you see this fetal side, this surface is rather smooth, transparent, and covered by amnion, covered by a fluid, that is the amnion, and with the umbilical cord. You see umbilical cord attached near its center. The umbilical cord is attached near its center, which contain umbilical vessels, which contain the umbilical vessels. So this is the maternal side, the maternal surface of the placenta, and this is the fetal surface of placenta. Placenta is an important question, short note question, but important. The weight, when you see placenta, it's almost 500 gram, and its diameter is 15 to 20 centimeter. The thickness is 2.5 centimeter. If you feel, it is spongy. Its consistency is the spongy, texture is spongy in feel, and it occupies almost 30% of the uterine wall. As I told you, the two surfaces are there, maternal surface and fetal surface. The 4/5 of placenta is fetal in origin, and only 1/5 is of maternal origin. Now, when you see how placenta is formed, for that we again have to go back to this amniotic cavity, yolk sac, endoderm, and ectoderm. Okay, and third layer is the mesoderm. Mesoderm, ectoderm, and endoderm. When three layers are there, the amniotic cavity is smaller and yolk sac is bigger. Then mesoderm. Okay, at the ninth day, the blastocyst, the mesoderm give rise to the trophoblast. The trophoblast give rise to syncytial trophoblast and cytotrophoblast. Two layers are formed from the trophoblast. The trophoblast is the outer covering. When you see the blastocyst at the ninth day, this blastocyst is surrounded by the trophoblast. That trophoblast has got one layer, that is cytotrophoblast. The cytotrophoblast has got cell boundaries and nuclei. That's why we call it cytocell. And syncytio, when the cell do not have their cell boundaries, then we call it syncytiotrophoblast. Then the species appear in syncytiotrophoblast. Those species are known as lacunae. Then lacunae are filled with the maternal blood. Like this way, placenta is formed. So we'll discuss that detail also. Now, how this is, the zygote is formed, and finally the blastocyst enter into the uterine cavity. Now, this we have seen. Now, how the villi are formed? Villi are offshoot. These are the finger-like processes. So, villi are of three types. How they are formed, we will discuss. Primary villus, secondary villus, and tertiary villus. So, as I told you, the blastocyst is surrounded by the trophoblast. The trophoblast has got two covering, syncytiotrophoblast and cytotrophoblast. So, when the projection comes, with two layers. Inside core is cytotrophoblast and it is surrounded by syncytiotrophoblast. This is known as the primary villus. So primary villus is the structure in which core or center is formed by the cytotrophoblast. So what are the cytotrophoblast? These are the cells with the cell boundary and nuclei. Surrounding the cytotrophoblast, you have syncytiotrophoblast where the cell boundaries are not there. Now, from primary, once the core is formed by this mesoderm, once mesoderm appear, core is formed by the mesoderm. Remaining two layers are the same, cytotrophoblast and syncytiotrophoblast. So in the center, in the core, when you have mesoderm, and mesoderm is surrounded by the trophoblast, two layers of trophoblast, cytotrophoblast inner layer, syncytiotrophoblast outer layer, we call it secondary villus. And once the capillaries are formed, on the fetal side, capillaries are formed with the blood, these are filled, we called it tertiary villi. So primary villi, only two layers, which are cytotrophoblast and syncytiotrophoblast. Secondary villi, mesoderm is there in the core in the center. In tertiary villi, you have the capillaries. So these are the primary, secondary and tertiary villi. So in this way, villi are formed. So now I'll show you in examination how to draw this. These are the for examination point of view. That was for your understanding. Now you see at the end of 7th day, okay, 7th to 10th day, what happened? The blastocyst enter into uterine cavity. This is the uterine cavity. So the uterine endometrium, when the blastocyst enter into the uterine cavity, the uterine endometrium is in the form of, in the position of proliferative phase. You might have studied in menstrual cycle, the proliferative stage, the more layers are formed, more blood vessels are formed, more glycogen is stored, more glands are formed in the endometrium to receive the blastocyst. So what happened, if you remember, I told you zona pellucida, okay, before it reaches to the uterine cavity, the morula, it is surrounded by zona pellucida. First zygote is formed, that is surrounded by zona pellucida. Now zona pellucida prevent the sticking of morula to the uterine tube. Later on, what happened, due to enzyme trypsin, due to the effect of enzyme trypsin, there is degeneration of zona pellucida. The zona pellucida disappear. Once the blastocyst enter into the uterine cavity, the zona pellucida disappear. Now, once zona pellucida disappear, this is trophoblast. So, trophoblast has the ability to eat up the cells. What cells? What comes in contact with this? So, these are prevented. The trophoblast cannot eat up the cells of fallopian tube and it's not embedded in the fallopian tube because there we have zona pellucida that prevent it. So once it enter into the uterine cavity, this zona pellucida disappear. Now trophoblast has the ability to eat up the cells of endometrium. These are the cells. So it erode. It eat up, it damages the superficial layer of endometrium and it goes deeper and deeper. It is buried in the endometrium. It goes inside so that the coming fetus, the blastocyst, get nutrition from the endometrium. You see now, so uterine epithelium is a columnar cell. You can make out columnar cell. Trophoblasts are the flattened cell. The trophoblast later on they will damage these epithelial cell and they goes deeper and deeper. Now you see there is degeneration, damage of the columnar cell of epithelium of uterine endometrium. And now trophoblast is going in the substance of the uterine endometrium. It's going deeper. In this diagram you can make out. So like this, then a layer is deposited. Fibrin layer is deposited over the trophoblast, and in this way this is known as implantation. This process is known as implantation. Now after implantation, the uterine endometrium is, the pregnant uterine endometrium is known as decidua. So decidua is formed. So what is decidua? After implantation of blastocyst, the uterine endometrium is known as decidua. Why I keep on telling you? These can be 2 marks question. What is decidua? What is implantation? Okay. What is cytotrophoblast, syncytiotrophoblast? So these you have to understand. Now decidua has got the 4 part. Decidua has 4 part. One is the decidua basalis. That is the part where maternal part of placenta is formed. That is decidua basalis. Then decidua capsularis, which cover the uterine maternal part endometrium, that is decidua basalis, base of decidua on the maternal side, which cover the fetus, that form a capsule, form a covering around the fetus, that is decidua capsularis. Then rest of the endometrium, remaining part of the endometrium is known as decidua praetialis. Then we have decidua reflexa, junction between capsularis and praetialis. So one part of the decidua is related to the uterine endometrium, that is the base, your decidua basalis. One cover the concept, one cover this your fetus, that is decidua capsularis, form the capsule very easy. Then remaining is known as decidua praetialis. So that is about the decidua. So you see the EG diagram where you have, this is uterine cavity, this is decidua praetialis, this is decidua capsularis, this is decidua basalis with the uterine